If you want to shine like sun, first you have to burn like it. And I can fight only for something that I love only what I respect, and respect only what I at least know. Anyone can deal with victory, only the mighty can bear defeat. Think 1,000 times before taking a decision, but after taking decision, never turn back even if you get 1,000 difficult. The man who has no sense of history is like a man who has no heirs or heirs. I ask emotion for the many and reserve reason for the few. He alone, who owns the youth, gains the future. Words build bridges into unexplored region. The victor will never be asked if he told the truth. The art of reading and studying consists in remembering the essential and forgetting what is not essential. If freedom is short of weapons, we must compensate with willpower. The only preventative measure one can take is to live irregularly. The state must declare the child to be the most precious treasure of the people. As long as the government is perceived as working for the benefit of the children, the people will happily endure almost any curtailment of liberty and almost any deprivation. The very first essential for success is a perpetually constant and regular employment of field. As in everything, nature is the best instructor. He who would like must fight. He who doesn't wish to fight in this world, where permanent struggle is the law of life, has not the right to act. The great strength of the totalitarian state is that it forces those who fear it to imitate it. Humanitarianism is the expression of stupidity and cowardice. The leader of genius must have the ability to make different opponents appear as if they belong to one category. Obstacles do not exist to be surrendered to, but only to be broken. Clever and constant application of propaganda. People can be made to see paradise as hell, and also the other way around, to consider the most wretched sort of life as paradise. No politician should ever let himself be photographed in a bathing suit. Life doesn't forgive weakness. Anyone who sees and paints a sky green and feels blue ought to be sterilized. Virgil is the father of all things. It is not by the principles of humanity that man lives or is able to preserve himself above the animal world, but solely by means of the most brutal struggle. When people attempt to rebel against the iron logic of nature, they come into conflict with the very same principles to which they owe their existence as human beings. Their actions against nature must lead to their own downfall. Be proud of your people when you don't have to be ashamed of, any of its social classes. I begin with the young. We older ones are used up by my magnificent youngsters. Are there finer ones anywhere in the world? Look at all these men and boys. What material. With you and I, we can make a new world. Today that my conduct is in accordance with the will of the Almighty. My spirit will rise from the grave and the world will see I was right. I know that fewer people are won over by the written word than by the spoken word, and that every great movement on this earth owes its growth to great speakers and not to great writers. Industry, technology, and commerce can thrive only as long as an idealistic national community offers the necessary preconditions. And this do not lie in material egoism, but in a spirit of sacrifice and joyful renunciation. Our object must be to bring our territory into harmony with the numbers of our population. All great movements are popular movements. They are the volcanic eruptions of human passion and emotions, stirred into activity by the ruthless goddess of distrust or by the torch of the spoken word cast into the minds of the people. Don't let what other people think stop you from doing the things you love. And beats that it's what our world is made of. The amount of money that is in your bank at the time of your death is the extra work you did which wasn't necessary. Secular schools can never be tolerated because such a school has no religious instruction, and a general moral instruction without a religious foundation is built on air. Consequently, all character training and religion must be derived from faith. We need believing people. There is better change of saying a camel passed through the eye of a needle than of saying a really great man discovered through an election. It is the press, above all, which wages a positively fanatical and slanderous struggle, tearing down everything which can be regarded as support of national independence, cultural elevation, and the economic independence of the nation. Basically, National Socialism and Marxism are the same thing. Winning without problem is just victory, but winning with lots of trouble creates history. What good fortune for those in power that people do nothing. Those who have no understanding of the political world around them have no right to criticize or complain of. It's possible to satisfy the needs of the inner life by an intimate communion with nature or by knowledge of the past. His own fight for existence kills his sensibility for the misery of those who have been left behind. When army review its force more than 6 months and not attacking the enemy, now it is a danger to his people. What lack for rules that men do not think. The world is not for cowardly peoples. I can fight only for something that I love. I can love only what I respect. And in order to respect a thing, I must at least have some knowledge of it. The depth of fall is always measured by the difference between the level of the original position from which a body has fallen and that in which it is now found. The man of genius, in tune with nature, will bend history to his will. To truly learn history means to open your eyes and discover the force that cause historical events to happen. The art of reading and of learning means remembering the important parts and forgetting the unimportant. In this world, is not the creative act of the genius always a protest against the inertia of the mass? You can fight only for something you love. You can love only what you respect. You can respect only what you know. I wanted to become a painter, and no power in the world could force me to become a civil servant. Therefore, I will not learn politics, but let politics teach me. Particularly in this case of this war, one must never forget that if we lost it, we lost everything. And in certain circles, honesty is taken as an index of stupidity. My whole life can be summed up as this cashless effort of mine to persuade other people. You are nothing. Your fault is everything.